Hello, random internet people. This is my first video on this channel, which I'm going to call Midpoint Mindset. This channel is about finding like-minded people that I can have discussions with about how obviously ridiculous politics has gotten. I'm a person who loves politics. I like to talk about it. I like, discussing opposing viewpoints and similar viewpoints. Both are fun. But I found that mostly America's very, very divided on the topic of politics as of lately, as politics and culture have kind of become one, more or less. And so I personally have a bit of a centrist perspective on the libertarian side. I've taken that political compass test many times. I don't know how accurate it is, but what it keeps telling me is that I am basically a libertarian centrist, pretty much. Sometimes I'm a little bit right of the line, sometimes I'm a little bit left of the line. A few times I've actually been right on, like dead middle of the line. So yeah, getting right on the line is as pretty centrist as it gets. Where I'm not centrist is in the libertarian authoritarian thing. I'm definitely on the libertarian side of that. I believe that a lot of government and a lot of control over other people is usually a bad thing. That it has more cons than pros, basically, to sum that up. But I wanted to make a vlog/analysis style channel to find some like-minded people so we can have thoughtful discussions on what's going on in the world right now. Because if you look at both sides of the political aisle, at least here in America, that's where I live. I don't know, people all over the world can see this video, but I figure most of the people watching would probably be in America, is we have two distinct different cultures that are forming, more or less. I recently heard them dubbed Wokistan and Magistan, which I kind of like. Not gonna lie, it's maybe not perfect, but pretty darn good. Both of these they're basically great exaggerations of a small bit of truth taken to the extreme. And basically there is systemic oppression, but is our entire society based on it? Well, if you're in Wokistan, you probably think so. And is America literally the greatest thing to ever happen to the planet, and we are the shining beacon that everyone should look up to? Not really. We've done a lot of things that are pretty noble, in my opinion, that other people could look up to and aspire to, but we've also done a lot of bad things. But if you live in Magistan, you probably believe we are the sheer greatest thing to ever happen to the world. These are just the two very conflicting viewpoints that there's not really any middle ground on. And I think part of that middle ground is that people, they don't have a common reality anymore. Just a quick example to go over would be the Spygate thing that right and left-wing people talk about. Now, if you listen to right-wing media channels, stuff like Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, Matt Walsh, people like that, they just accept that Spygate happened. It was, oh yes, no, but Donald Trump's campaign got spied on. That just happened, and nothing's ever going to happen about it because corruption, blah blah blah. But if you listen to left-wing people, like Pod Save America, like the Best of the Left podcast, I really enjoy. They just accept that it did not happen, that it is fully right-wing nonsense, and like just the way they casually talk about it and brush over it when they're talking about it. Like on a left-wing podcast, they'll be like, they have that nonsense about Spygate, which is completely made up, totally debunked. And then you listen to a right-wing podcast right after it, and they'll be like, we know Spygate happened, we know it was covered up, it's just a fact. Like these are two completely opposite, perspectives, but both of them have been living in these realities for years now. So how do we backtrack and get on the same reality? I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but I know what it's like if you're not really living in Magistan or Wokistan and you're just seeing the craziness of both of them, and it would be more hilarious if it wasn't so terrifying, but it is a little bit hilarious, but it's also kind of terrifying. So yeah, I just wanted to make a YouTube series where I can find people where we agree on these kinds of things, how crazy everything is, or maybe you live in Magistan or Wokistan and you genuinely believe the other side is totally evil and are going to destroy America. Both sides actually believe that about the other one, and they'll give you evidence as to why they think it. I think both of those points are a little... But you know, to each their own. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and in my opinion, they're both not grounded in reality. So, yeah, that's all. That's pretty much, this is just the first video. Just trying to find other people that see things in the same way I do, because, you know, when you're a centrist person and you go into a left-wing space, they view you as a crazy right-winger. And if you're a centrist person and you go into a right-wing space, you're a radical communist. So it's just, try to find some middle ground for the centrist people is something I'd like to do.